Man, this is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, bitch, we got views.
It's I got some shit to say to the podcast, man. We're back like we don't stop because we never do. All I do is work. Y'all know me.
Fuck you, Squints.
That's right, a little loud. Shout out RP Whizzle Fizzle forever.
Whizzle Fizzle.
You are tuned into
ChadArmesTV.com.
as always, man. Shout out to the big guy. With me tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I have someone I've wanted on this show probably for the last 74 episodes. This is episode 75.
That's
and
crazy.
I've finally got the Nashville Prince himself, 2LiveBre, in the building.
Man,
2LiveBre is here, guys.
I'm more than honored to be here. You
Right.
already know.
Bree's my guy, man. I've been rocking with Bree. See, he's mid-20s now, we'll say it like that. And I've known Bree since his late teens. I probably met Bree when he was 17, 18 years old. Maybe
Crazy.
something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm like, who is this kid shaking TSU homecomings and fucking, just a fucking kid, man. And then I met him, the best energy in the room, like just one of the most humble kids ever. And I've watched him grow and be on television and fucking multiple, just puts himself in all kinds of great situations, man. It's a great look for the city. It's a great look for Bree. And
Yeah.
I can't even keep up with all the kid does, man.
Yeah, man, I just try to be me every day, and
So right there,
yeah.
who's 2LiveBre?
2LiveBre is just a representation of somebody that just got to keep going,
Love it.
So when you come from nothing, you got to get something out of life,
Facts.
That's just how I approach everything, and a thing I always say to everybody, if you get vision it in your brain, I mean, it was meant for you to go after. So every time I had that vision, I move on that first move every time. So yeah.
So I've hell, y'all have probably seen Bree either from like a Netflix. He was on Rhythm and Flow, right?
Yeah.
That was the name of that show.
Yes.
Rhythm and Flow. It was
Yeah.
a series on Netflix. You did a couple. How many seasons you do with them? One
One
Okay.
season.
And it was like a contest type scenario. T.I. was a judge, and who else? Big Boy,
Big Boy,
Quavo.
Chance the Rapper, Cardi B.
Yeah, like all kinds of fucking stars. They had this little Netflix series called Rhythm and Flow. Bree was a contestant. Rep Nashville to the fullest.
Yeah, it was crazy.
How far did you make? How many people were on that show?
Man,
Contestant-wise.
people don't know the truth behind that. It was millions of people. They
Right?
they was
submissions and shit, I'm sure. Yeah.
submissions. We had tryouts before the actual film. They found me from doing Party at Waffle House in 2018.
Crazy fucking record.
Yeah.
Google that shit.
Yeah,
Tap into that one.
I got that cease and desist letter.
I bet you did. Jelly can relate to that.
He warned me. He warned me
Right?
when he seen it start going viral.
Before you move forward, this motherfucker had a video though of everybody after they all hit his spot one night or something. Bree had 100 people plus probably pull up at a Waffle House and brought the camera in there and shot a video.
Yeah.
So lit. That motherfucker shit's wild as fuck. And it's so organic because it's literally a night after the club and he had literally, we're going to shoot a video. Y'all come on.
It was real. It was
So
real.
dope.
It was real.
Yeah, keep going though. That's how they found you was on the
Yeah, they found me from there and they was writing the story of me, I guess from then. They reached out to me to do a tryout in a hotel that was bust down. We didn't think the show was real when I did the audition. I can remember me and London B actually, she made it to the top 3 or 2, I don't remember, but London and me, it was originally the first auditions like in Atlanta, Georgia. We in a bust down hotel, 2 white ladies talking about the hip hop show. We couldn't believe it.
Oh, wow.
And they were old.
I shouldn't say what age were they?
Yeah, they were old. So they like, I'm telling my testimony, and this is just right after Malik passed away. So they like, they basically telling
R.I.P.
me,
Malik.
Yeah, they basically telling me, they like, Bree, if you stay out of trouble, bro, we gonna promise you gonna be on this TV show. They look me dead in my eyes. They's like, you a star, you deserve to make it. They felt my spirit, and they're like, we don't want to see you in the grave. Just stay in school, do what you doing. We gonna call you back. Time went by. It's like 6 months, bro. December, I'm in the library at TSU. I get a phone call, and they like, hey, is this 2LiveBre? You're going to LA? We need da. And I was like, LA. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, you going to Atlanta? You're finna do an audition for T.I. And they just told me all this, and I'm just excited. I remember, and we did that performance in Atlanta, turned it up.
How quick was that turnaround when they called you and was like,
From
hey,
the
man,
library?
you're coming?
Man, I had to get ready. It was, the same night hold up, let me really get this together.
That's been a minute too. It's been a few years.
Nah. It was a week later. Because the crazy thing is the audition for the actual show was the legendary Homecoming that we did at TSU. The audition when I went with London B in the hotel, right after that Homecoming concert, I just randomly went to Atlanta for this audition. I didn't even know this TV show was going to be real. But I tell artists all the time, like, I didn't care if the opportunity was down or thumbs up. Something in me told me I need to go.
Dope.
Picture if I was just living on that high of that night and said, I'm going to turn up. This show was crazy. I'm finna go to the club tonight. It's Homecoming.
Right.
I literally left that stage that Thursday night and went to Atlanta, Georgia the next day and made my audition for that. That could have been a missed opportunity, but God was like, you need to be there. So it's crazy how my life, like I'm telling you, every situation of success kind of moved like that. We mentioned Waffle House, like the truth behind that. Same way, it was like I threw the true story. I tried to throw an Airbnb party, whatever, you know. The neighbor came through and was like, "Nah,
that ain't happening.
It's too many people out here." Like the dude came out with a bat and he was
Bree, bring them out, dude.
I don't know how.
Bree will shut the city down, dog. Especially if you give him a little while. If you give him about 5 to 7 days to be like,
it's over.
He's a social media monster, man. He brings them out. The city love the kid, man.
It was stupid. And
at an Airbnb, what was you thinking, Bubba?
Bro, we was lit. We was
like when y'all do these mansion parties and shit. That's kind of cool because it's kind of like I know how y'all do that. It's like kind of invite only. Got to hit the you know, y'all picking motherfuckers for those. I get that, but these bring one, bring all type shits.
And I'm always underestimating myself too.
Don't do that.
That's the problem.
Yeah, don't do that.
And then I remember before I pulled up, I'm pulling up with my girl and I'm pulling up with everybody. I'm like, bro, we finna turn this thing up. Before I even get there, Kane called me like, nah, you not. The neighbor here, he got a weapon out. The police here.
They ain't having it.
And me, I don't like having everybody outside and the party don't go down. So I said, bro, we finna go to Waffle House. And we finna throw a party at Waffle House. I don't know how that even came up.
Yeah, of all places. You should have said like Walmart. That could have helped.
Like I said, Waffle
there was so
House,
many people in this video.
It's late. It's like 11, 12. It's like we can't get another venue. I'm not trying to. I don't ever go to clubs. I'm introvert, so I got to be in my own space. Like I can't.
Oh, that's a fun fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't like being in. Like I got to be comfortable. Like I deal with a lot of anxiety, so it's like it has to be me. Like that's why I throw the parties. All my parties have been like my houses or like you invited to my world and
to
that's
watch
why the
you
parties,
perform at your show type scenario. I get it, man.
I can control the energy, the people in there,
Facts.
like people,
which is a rare scenario. Just so you appreciate. That's kind of rare, man. For a person to be able to kind of. I mean, you don't have to perform to bring them out. You can put a party on. Yeah, you really can.
That's what I want to do. You know, I just want people to have a good time.
Okay, at the end of the day,
that's my goal with everything. Like,
okay.
Oh, we finna have fun. Literally, that's what we was throwing a party. I don't even remember what we was throwing a party for. Literally,
who cares?
Yeah, we was like, yo, I want to see.
We have a reason.
Here. Yeah, and
I get it.
That's how life is, though. For me, like I move off that. Like
instinct, intuition. So with the show, you said they picked you out. You know, they hit you up randomly. You remember getting a call. I bet that was crazy.
Yeah.
Week later, you go. You went to L.A. first, or you went back to Atlanta to see T.I.?
I went to Atlanta first,
and that was to meet T.I. and perform personally for him. Et cetera,
personally for him.
What the fuck was that like?
It was cool. But I'm gonna tell you the truth though.
Go.
We did an online audition again before we went T.I., but we was performing what we're gonna perform for T.I. and them, so they could write the story.
Dope.
So like, I forgot about that. Like I haven't told nobody that. Like I forgot about that because I was like, I had to go to the studio and record on top of the beat that they want us to perform on, just because I wanted to hear myself back. I'm always in my head, so I remember that. But yeah, they gave me a week. I had a week to get prepared to go out there and do my thing, and then we went out there. It was like Hunger Games, literally out there to me. Like it was so many superstars. A lot of superstars that's popping right now was there that got cut, like Callie. People don't know Callie, the girl that got that.
I do think I know who you're speaking on.
She got a song like that. She was in the audition. We were tight before the show. She blew up last year. She was on Rhythm and Flow originally. Nobody knows this.
Oh wow.
Treaty from New Orleans that is working with Currency right now. She was on the show. Didn't make it. You know, like.
Yeah.
There was some superstars in there.
So there were people that got close enough but didn't actually make the show.
Yeah, and
for whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
Gotcha. It could be politics,
it could
management, that kind of thing.
It could be anything, bro.
Did you have management during that time?
I had I had some people around.
Gotcha.
But like it wasn't management.
Yeah, it wasn't solid enough.
Yeah.
You just had people rolling with you.
I had people rolling with me that,
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Say less. Yeah, I was just curious if that was just like, oh shit, mom, dad, I'm going to fucking, or if it was like we did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, that was definitely off the strength. I mean, I feel like T Willie helped me out with that a lot. I feel like somebody reached out to him because he was quote unquote my manager at the time. I didn't say he was my manager, but I had his contact information because I was young. I didn't really want to keep talking to people about money. I don't really like that. That's really my pet downfall. So he was the guy talking to people. So somebody contacted him about it. And originally it was me and Blazing that auditioned in Atlanta because they auditioned me and then he talked to them, Ken Blazing auditioned too. And that's when I was writing for Blazing and all that. So it was like a move for her because I really wanted Blazing to start doing music because she used to, honestly, Blazing was always in my music videos like twerking and all that crazy stuff. And
the name sounds so familiar though.
Her name B3. She doing her thing. She in the Ville now. She doing her thing. And I'm proud of her. We had a great relationship at that time. And
y'all talked recently?
We haven't talked.
And she's in the Ville now?
Yeah, she in the Ville.
Y'all should link up, man.
Yeah, I might. I just feel like we in different times right now, but it's gonna happen soon.
Right. So the show thing was cool. I mean, that how long did that go on? How long of your life did that last?
Yeah, Atlanta. I feel like we did Atlanta, and it took 3 more months to shoot the LA stuff.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm asking. Is like what that time span looked like.
Once we got to LA, it was moving.
I bet.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
like pre-production, and then like the more like.
And it was litter in LA. Like we was in Sunset Boulevard, so we in Hollywood for real shooting it. So it's like.
Was that your first time in LA?
Nah, people don't know that P Diddy flew me out the year before for the 4, but
flex.
I was in a that was a flex. That's
Bree
the
just
truth.
flexed on y'all like a motherfucker.
I'm just telling y'all the truth. It's stuff I can never talk about.
No, you can talk about anything.
But now I can but like P Diddy flew me out the year before I did Rhythm and Flow.
Shout out Diddy. He's probably watching.
But I was in a deal, and the dude that I was in a deal with, he was like, nah, you can't. He's signed to me, made it very hard for me to get in that show. So
that's unfortunate.
It was unfortunate, and I was on my high. I remember having a fur coat walking in Hollywood. I thought it was some stuff, boy. And
had on a fur coat. He's flexing
and it
on
was
y'all.
hot. Yeah, it was my dad fur coat.
And it was hot.
It was my dad fur coats. I stole them from him. I stole all his fur coats because I'm the lit guy. But
the lit god. I remember that.
Yep.
I remember that term of that time frame for Bree.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I watched Lil Bree become Bree 615 to to 2LiveBre.
It's crazy.
Right?
It's so many chapters. In
chapters.
A short period
that's
of time.
all. It's a great story.
Yeah.
But the chapters, it's to a book that ain't finished.
Definitely.
Right? And that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
Because out of all the endeavors I've seen you do after Netflix, Netflix is a big deal. Like that was a great opportunity, especially at that age in your life and where you were with your mental, et cetera. Like just on your professional part of your career.
Yeah. I was bitter about it though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was. I didn't.
How could you not be?
I still haven't watched it.
Really?
I feel like I need to do it for my healing process. Because there's so much stuff people don't know that's the normal mind that when I was there, like, I can't explain to the world. I feel like, misunderstood, you know what I'm saying? So even when I made it through on it before, I didn't even watch that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still got some healing with that too. But it's no negative to it's just like
it's an experience.
I was exposed to so much stuff, in that time of my life. It's some things I just don't want to put myself back into because I felt like I wasn't who I am today,
Of course not. You were a fucking kid, bro.
Yeah.
Well, not really. How many years ago was that?
Nah, I was 19 when I filmed
Come
Rhythm and
on,
Flow.
man. Jeez,
they came out a year or 2 later. After that, it took them 2 years.
That's why it throws everybody off.
Yeah, so it was like I'm moving at my highest peak. That's when we started doing stuff with QC, She Thick, Duke Deuce, you know what I'm saying? And the show was coming out, and I was booming by myself without the show. So it made it complicated, like, in my head, like, trying to make things make sense. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. going on.
That would be
at the time.
really challenging, man.
Yeah.
To know, man, to film
That's
something or to be a participant in that type of scenario and it prolong
Yeah.
and to where it didn't matter that the relevancy that you possessed when it dropped
Yeah.
that was more genuine because that was like self fucking buzz. You did that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without the show.
Yes.
That has to be frustrating. I totally get it.
It was definitely.
But surely the further you progressed in the show.
Yeah. And people love it, you know what I'm saying? But it just gave a lot of people fuel to like, you know, like I remember like some negative talk when I first got on there because like I you know, Top 30, they showed me where I kind of forgot my words or whatever on the show. That's what they showed. You know, and
I may have saw this.
Yeah, and it, you know, it wasn't bad, but like it wasn't a representation of like who I am as an artist. So like
that was your first performance on the show, wasn't it?
People don't know I was the first performance of the night in that show of that day of LA in LA.
Go get them, Bree.
Yeah, but in the show it looks
no
like
wonder you forgot a word.
Yeah, in the show it looks like he was the third one. And he got I kicked off the whole.
Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny, guys? How he just literally told us. Like I'm not tapped into it enough. I remember when the show was going on, and I remember knowing Bree was there and being hyped for Bree. But I remember when I tapped in, I'm 4 or 5 episodes off. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like premiering every week, right?
Yeah.
See, so it's not like you click on it and the whole season.
Watch the whole thing. Yeah.
Now you can. Yeah. But I remember by the time I tapped in, it was like at episode 3, maybe 4. But you were still part of the show.
Yeah.
I think when I finally got on.
Top 30. Yeah.
Right? So I watched like 2 or 3 full episodes with you clearly there and a part of the show. And then I didn't tap in immediately, lost a couple of days, and then I'd heard you were no longer on the show, and I never even fucking finished it. I don't even think I saw the round you left.
Locally was there, said that. We started watching. I'm like, bro, you know, I would love to redo it because I'm a man now, and I know the game now. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I ain't gonna lie.
Hell yeah.
A lot of the people that was on there, they knew the game. I didn't. You know, they done had experience in the reality TV world and all that extra stuff. But
yeah,
that ain't nothing to be like, and that's not no diss to nobody. It's just, bro, like, I'm from Nashville. We don't got that type of culture here. You feel me? So I was like, I always felt like the guinea pig to everything I ever done in my life from touring. I was one of the first artists that ever be in South by Southwest other than Starlito.
Talk your shit,
like,
Bree.
Real talk. And like it was stressful. Like I was paying promoters to get on shows with your favorite artists, The Baby, Lil Baby, all these people, and like the pressure and like, bro, I wasn't rich. I would never been a millionaire. I was taking these risks, bro, and like a lot of people stole my blueprint, and a lot of people was misunderstood by me, you know, and like didn't understand the pressures of trying to be everybody's number one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I just had some type of resentment towards that just because, like, when I did, you know, pre-COVID, you know, I took that time to myself. I said, hey, I need therapy. You know, I need to do this. Like, nobody understood it, you know.
Well, salute to you for recognizing
because they was like, bro, you were winning right now, bro. You tripping, you know what I'm saying? It's this. It's like, nah, bro, y'all never gave me time to even heal from DJ Malik. That's my best friend that got killed. You know what I'm saying? He was my DJ. He was my DJ. He was on the stage with me every night. And y'all expect me to keep pushing, and I did.
And let me pause you while you speak on Malik. When I met Bree, I can factually tell you, how old were you when you lost Malik?
I don't even remember. It felt like 18 and 17.
Right. I had just met you probably like 6 to 8 months before that. Yeah. Enough to where I got my introduction to Bree. I'd shaken his hand. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to meet Malik. But I had met you enough to form an opinion of you just off an encounter. Yeah. Aside from your music and the buzz you had in the streets.
Yeah.
But I knew you at that point. At that, you know, I met Bree. Bree's cool people. That's my guy. You know, we'll link up. You know, I see him through my barber at the time or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I saw that, bro. That was some of the worst shit ever. Like I felt that for you.
Yeah.
Like, bro. And I didn't know you then like I do now. Like I know I've had the luxury of knowing Bree, like I said, for a handful of years now. And this was a number of years back. But DJ Malik was his best friend. You know, his shadow, and he was his shadow. Every picture I ever saw this guy post was with Malik. That was his DJ. His his right-hand man / hype man.
At first, it was my hype man.
Right?
And then he said to me one day, I want to be a DJ. I was like, bet, go do it. Go take DJ official job. And he did, you know, and
Shout out DJ official.
It's just, it's unfortunate. But, like, I feel like I never got that chance to really, like, feel that for myself. And I did. I took that time to feel that for myself, you know, and on top of that, I lost both of my granddads. And this is still, right now, that's probably 5 years we talking about, and lost the closest people to me. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I just was pushing, you know what I'm saying, and not really feeling none of them emotions.
Yeah.
And
not giving yourself time to really absorb any of it. Just move, keep moving.
And the move was every weekend. Like, and honestly, last year was my first year really spending time with my family. That's just being G with you. Like, I was sharing all my holidays with everybody. So Christmas, I'm performing on Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. All these 2LiveBre is going to perform on our Halloween. Like, I got to experience every holiday for the first time, and it made me so emotional because of, like, dang, I'm giving my life to this music, but I don't have no memories of my family. I remember going down to Disney World with them pre-COVID, and my little brother asked me straight up, he said, how do you trust everybody around you? And I told him I don't. And, like, I felt so out of place that whole trip. Me and my girl got to arguing because I just didn't feel like I was a part of my own family. Like, I was so lost in everything. Like, I don't even know what's going on or what nobody going through. I'm just here. And they was praising me on the trip, but it was like, I just felt so out of the place. And, like, I'm every day working with people that don't even know me. Like, it was like my time to myself. And I was out there and I was just speaking to myself. I'm mad at myself, and I'm, you know, taking it out on her. I'm taking it out on everybody else. And it was just, I remember breaking down.
So people, that's what I was going to ask. So your family for that particular trip, did they could recognize you were off a little bit and maybe question it, and that would frustrate you, et cetera, at the time?
They ain't even question it. I feel
okay,
like
cool. That's what I was saying. Like, what's wrong, bro?
Yeah,
you know, I was wondering if you're getting any of that.
I feel like the only person that seen it was niece at that time. But, like, them, they was like, man, you winning, you grinding. I remember walking around the amusement park, and it was just awkward. And, like, she was trying to get me in the mood to be happy, and I couldn't. But it was like,
how can you not be happy at a water park? Something's wrong.
Yeah. Like, I didn't feel like I belonged, you know what I'm saying? And it came off as like, oh, I was supposed to work, but it was like, that's all I knew because, like, everybody been pressuring me to stay in the studio, stay here. Like, I didn't know anything, you know what I'm saying? It just was embarrassing to me, and I felt like I didn't belong. So, like, that's when a big moment of me where I was like, I need to change things.
And when was this?
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, okay, so a year and a half ago?
Yeah,
2 years ago?
Yeah, I remember it was a Christmas before COVID hit, you know, and
it's about a year and a half.
Yeah,
now,
I still got the shirt of when we all took family pictures. But, like, that was a big moment of, like, the evolve of Bree, like, where I'm like, all right, I'm finna make some changes in my life.
Cool. And then
I know I'm getting deep in here.
Dude, that's why I need you here, Bree.
Yeah.
And that's why we kept this episode, me and you.
That's real. I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
I can get deep.
straight up.
We can dig deep all night, Bubba.
And I won't, like I was telling Yoku, y'all the only two people I did interviews with. I've been telling a lot of people no, but it's like my interviews are for other artists that believe in me, you know, and want to know about how to go through the game and navigate. Like, when I'm gone, you know, I want somebody to be able to watch it and be like, nah, he taught me something. It's a book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing no interviews talking about I could tell you about what I'm working on and what I did, but it's pointless because you really listening to this interview to find some type of knowledge or some type of understanding of the human that I am. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
That's why I picked the certain interviews that I take, you know, especially locally. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Bubba. I appreciate that. I can't thank you enough. Like,
I can't thank you for.
But you family, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if we hit record or not, you can always come talk to me.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? But the way that
that's real.
The way that you embrace what you're talking about, and the way that you're, you know, mental health is a big thing, and we touch on it here on the podcast. When we do our live broadcast, if somebody says like, "Man, y'all help me through this or that," we will stop what we are doing. We will acknowledge that person, hoping that they want to be acknowledged.
Yeah,
and let them know that we are always here for that type of, you know, those type of vibes, Bree, that you put out now that you have found that you're working on yourself that way, on your mental. I've told him off camera before we even start. I said, brother, you're like, to sit here with you after knowing you the amount of years I've known you, and I've known realistically, I've known the kid probably 7-8 years now, and I've watched him grow. Like, I didn't know him when he was making music at 13, but I met him when he was popping off at 17. You know, and seen him go through a number of things since, and to to hear the growth in his voice and the tone, and to hear him talk about his mental state, and to encourage, to be aware of, you know, to be able to talk to people and to seek therapy, and it's okay to talk to people and to embrace your problems and fucking, you know, deal with them without boxing them up or you know, putting them in a closet or just moving too fast to recognize them. Work on yourself, because it's so important. I think you being the age you are, and me knowing you the years I've known you, that's a great story, man. One that needs to be fucking told. And if you want to use this platform anytime to talk that real shit, we don't even have to hit record, Bubba. Like, I think it's great, dude.
I appreciate that.
The whole growth of it all is just it's and like I said, you're a daddy now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, shout out to Reese, I love you. Yeah.
Right, and that you know, any grown man will know, or any half-ass grown man will know that has a child, that's going to change you as a person.
Yeah, and
to continue to move the way you move and spread the message that you're spreading and working as hard as you're working, and still being a good father and a good partner. Those
crazy.
Are great morals, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I can't say that all our previous guests may have the same morals. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're valued, man. Especially with me as a person. I'm a family guy. You know, I got 3 kids inside.
And it's really authentic. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But to hear you embrace the real shit now, I'm excited for you. And you're portraying this type talk in your music too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And you know, 2 weeks ago, we did something called the Butterfly Nation weekend, you know, and I was forcing artists to talk about their mental health. We did a full weekend. A Friday, we went to
forcing artists to talk about it.
Yeah.
Great move. Keep going.
And like Friday, we did something. We went to all the schools and I performed and I donated shoes, you know, to all the students at JFK and Rockytown and TSU, where I'm rooted from. Because without school, I wouldn't be nothing. But Saturday, I did a plug and play where the artists play their music and they talk. But before that, I brought in some heavy hitters like Indie and Unsigned Magazine. I brought some news people just to talk to them and be transparent and tell them my story and how we built our relationship. But also, I made every artist talk about what they going through, what's their challenges right now before we even play music. And I told them it's a safe place. And then I put them on game. I brought Coalition DJs and all this. I'm exposing everything to them. Yeah. And we just vibed. And I remember that moment. It was a kid in there that was probably in his teens. And he like...
An artist?
Yeah. And he was with his mother. And his mother like, we was about to move to Atlanta. But this is what we need to stay here and know that he can be heard. And I remember him telling me, like, I've been trying to adapt to be all these other artists, but I can just be myself. Yeah. And I'm happy that we came here and I was here to hear you talk about all this stuff and other artists talking about what they going through and understand I'm not alone. Because all those artists is going through the same exact thing. We just don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? So I created that energy where it was like a community. Then a Sunday, I supported Black-owned business. Out on East Nashville called Prims, and we all ate. We we just supported them, paid their bills, you know what I'm saying? And I had all the artists perform that I rocked with, just perform for, it was all good vibes and let them know they can be heard. Because a lot of them independent artists that play their music, they never got a chance to perform. And if they have, it probably was only one person in the room. Nah. So I was like,
not if Bree put it together.
This right here, we gonna make it where it's all love. Even if it's all artists in here, y'all all gonna love each other. You know what I'm saying? And pour into each other and trying to get some resources. Like, I feel like we need that.
How many artists showed up?
A lot. I can't even count. It was too many.
From all over the country or what?
Man, yeah, that was the biggest thing. My mama was there and just telling her how I was brought up there. She gave a lot of insight about me to them. And I remember it was some people from Michigan. It was some people from Memphis. Cincinnati came deep, like 5 to 6 artists out to Deuces. And like it just showed like, bro, it's bigger than just the Ville. I love the Ville, but like people don't know what I do for people outside the Ville. All my biggest business ventures is in LA. I got a whole team out in LA. And like they go hard for me. I'm thankful for Matt, Karma, and Mitch. But like, so many people don't know. They see me moving like here. Like I got people in Mexico.
I don't know.
With and shoes.
Yeah, that was my point with you, Bree. Like you move so much. Like I know you make a lot of moves and you got a lot of different relationships and shit. Not knowing from Mexico to fucking Cali or wherever the fuck you got them. It doesn't surprise me that you have them, especially being involved with the things you've been involved with over the years as far as entertainment. And just being that guy and just having those vibes. I mean, you have. Fun fact. one of the key moments of my life that I've witnessed with Bree was probably at a barbershop. And Bree was working real close to a guy that we both know, long story short, but he came into a barbershop packed Saturday morning, 9 a.m., you know, something like that. Bree just woke up. You know, he just come through, check in. But when he came through the door, he literally, and I'm just sitting there chilling. I probably had the AirPods in, just chilling, you know, and I knew Bree. He's going to approach me in a minute. But before he got to me, he would, you know, hello, how's everybody doing today? There's 20 strangers in this room, Squints, and then the handful of barbers that he knew. But this boy, this is when the kid's, you know, 21, 20, you know, he's a fucking, to most people, he's just a punk fucking kid. He's not, you know. But then the kid comes in his fucking gym shorts and a white tee. Hey guys, sandals. Yeah. Hey guys, how y'all doing today, man? Make his way around the room, shook every person's hand in the room. I'm talking old folks, little kids. Now, granted, it's not a gymnasium full of people. It's probably 25, 30 people, but there are, you know, 25 of them, 30 of them are fucking strangers. Yeah. Who does that?
I didn't even look at it like that. Yeah.
I'd chuck a deuce maybe if I'm on one. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm just out my shell for the day, hey, guys, what's up, everybody? You know, something like that. But I'm not going to walk around and shake everybody's fucking hand.
Yeah.
Who does that? But it was like a moment to me.
Yeah.
But it said so much to me. And I already knew you at the time. But it was just like, man, that really sums it up for me with Bree.
Yeah.
Because
just making sure everybody good.
That's it.
Me. That's me.
That's so
it's
dope.
A downfall, too, sometimes for people.
Obviously.
Yeah. So
that was before you entered, you know.
Yeah.
Embracing your mental state and dealing with it. So of course those scenarios, those thoughts or processes may have changed, but
I still would do that for sure.
I don't doubt you at all.
But that's like, as you said that, I just visioned that was like, yo, you know, that's one thing I had to reapproach. I remember talking to my therapist. It was about boundaries. It's like you can't give everybody that. But I never wanted to feel like a celebrity. That's one thing why I don't go into the music thing like I used to so hard, because I don't want people to feel like I think that I'm better or bigger, because that's all I was hearing. Like, you know, you Hollywood now, you doing it. It's like I never even wanted that. You know, I really music was my escape. Yeah. Like, I came from literally nothing, the bottom, for real. Like, the journal was all I had, you know what I'm saying, to go vent to. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't really understand, like, this is a part of me. This ain't no, oh, I'm trying to be the hottest, this. It's never been that. If you see my whole career or whatever the case may be, I always shared the stage every time. And, like, that right there really was a challenge for me, because I couldn't take the fame in that, because it's like everybody had this opinion of me. Everybody had this, like, me misunderstood. I remember a session that really hurt me. And it really did. I remember the session, and, like, I was in there and I was trying to record and I was trying to tell my story about, like, you know, being in North Nashville, Dodge City, and all these other things that I was experiencing as a kid. And the producer pulled me aside. You ain't never experienced that. You talking about girls. You the females, da-da-da. I'm like, bruh, little do you know. You know what I'm saying? And it fired me, my blood, because it was like, bruh, these people don't even know, like, anything about me. All they know is a kid smiling and performing. But, like, I got trauma. I got things that I, you know, just hid from the world, because I always was doing music 13. Y'all was not going to hear me if I was coming in the game 13 like this in 20. Now you got that with NBA Youngboy, but back in 2008, me coming in like that, y'all wasn't going to receive that. You know what I'm saying? So I've been desensitized in a way, you know what I'm saying, to come across to people as always happy, because that's what people wanted me to be, you know, or always positive. And that was a battle, bro. And it was like, it's time to be true. And people didn't want me to be true. And people didn't understand my real surroundings, you know, like, that made me, you know.
So is that where you are in your mental now? You try to portray like where you are every day, or do you try to still push that positivity off just full-time overblow?
I'm still pushing positivity, but I'm being me at the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is me all the time. How we talking right now, that's me. Even on social media, like, I'm not changing my voice or my tone or my spirit when I'm going to the media world that everybody is searching for validation from, which is a curse, you know. But, like, yeah, like every moment I'm myself now, and I'm happy about that. You know what I'm saying? But I still feel misunderstood. I feel like I'm gonna be always misunderstood. You know, not because anything, but just how God made me. I'm so complex. You know, I got so many things and touching so many things.
Do you want to be understood?
I feel like I want to be understood by the right folks, and I think that's what I'm working on. You know, in my life right now, if I'm being honest.
Start there.
Yeah, and once I'm understood by the people that's right, but the thing is, what God is doing with me right now. He's trying to show me who the right folks is. My whole life, I was trying to force people to be the right folks, and then I did therapy. Then I thought I had the right folks, and I thought family was supposed to be the right folks, but sometimes family ain't the right folks either.
I get it.
So it's like, yeah. So now I'm in this phase of like God just revealing the right people for me, and that's why you haven't seen me balls deep in the game right now, because I'm not stepping toe to toe with no devil, you know, until I know I'm protected when I go back home. And
ready to swing.
Yeah,
I get it, man.
That's what I'm at, and you know, like we got successes, we getting placements, we performing, we going crazy, we got shoes, we in the community, we getting people, juvenile kids out of jail. Like I'm really doing that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we winning, but like people want me to turn up a notch. Bree ain't ready for that yet. Bree's still trying to know who's them people, who is tribe. You know, that's where I'm at in my life.
That's the best line you've said since you've sat down. Like that was perfect. I love that one. Just saying. I had fun fact before we'll cut to the break in a minute and shout out to the sponsors. But fun fact, before we started, I told Bree, I said, "You started writing that book yet?" He's the first guest to ever look back and say, "Yep." Right?
I ain't lying. It's in my phone. I can go to my Google Docs pre-show. I'll
read that motherfucker. I've only told 2 or 3 guests to write one. I know I told Struggle to, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to think on that one for a minute. There's a few people that could write books. Charlie P. I told Charlie P. to write a book.
Of course.
I have to think on that more. There's only a handful. We've done 75 of these motherfuckers. So, but yeah, y'all check out these sponsors, man. Y'all don't go nowhere. I got 2LiveBre with me, man. We'll be back in a minute, man. We're gonna keep talking to this kid.
Fresh love, man.
I got to give a huge shout out to my man Mark Gray over at South Nashville Heating and Cooling. They are a new sponsor here at the show, and we're glad to have him aboard. He's a longtime supporter of Show Improve Entertainment and a longtime supporter of Chad Arms and Squints, and now is a full-time supporter of the I Got Some Shit to Say podcast, which we fucking love. Yeah. They specialize in like quiet HVAC systems and those kind of things, along with any of your HVAC needs.
Mark and him get you good. Mark and him's the plug on the HVACs, man.
Been that way too.
For sure.
Yeah. Again, huge shout out to South Nashville Heating and Cooling Company. That's expert design, quality installation, superior service since 1985. Y'all see the name. Y'all see the number. Y'all see the website. Go check it out.
1980. Look here, 1985. That is almost 40 years.
Yeah. Shout out to those guys, man. They know what they're doing.
Shout out to Mark Gray, man. South Nashville Heating and Cooling Company.
It's I Got Some Shit to Say to podcast, man. We're back. Shout out to the sponsors, man. If you're just now joining us, I have 2LiveBre with me tonight, which is fucking one of those type of nights. Like I said, man, I've known Bree for a number of years. If you're just joining us, man, on the first segment, we dug into a few early opportunities Bree's got to experience, and you know some of the roads it's took him down, and you know some of life's trials and tribulations that he's went through, and it sort of built him into the character we see sitting over there today, which I've explained over the first segment, which I'm real thankful that he came through, because I haven't had an opportunity to sit with him in a minute. And even when I did have opportunities to, it would be really small opportunities. I'd get like one-on-ones with Bree. Yeah. But it was always great vibes with the kid. So I've always rocked with him. I've always been able to reach out to him and DM him. He always responds. Like we've had a solid relationship the whole time, which I value. I really do. But you coming through tonight, man, makes me I'm fucking proud of you, dude. Just to hear your growth as a human and just as a man. It's dope.
Appreciate that, man. I mean that. I appreciate that.
But you be moving too much. I also told him right to the fucking door. I was like, Bree, man, I see you, man. I see the family. I see the youngin. I see all this, man. I see you're moving, but I can't really applaud you on anything particular because you move so fucking much. I can't focus on one thing. I never know what this kid's doing. He's always doing something. I watch his story night after night on social media if I tap in, and he'll be, over here doing, judging some type of contest or something, giving his feedback on something. Then the next day he'll be like speaking mental health awareness to, people who are unaware and need to be taught those types of things and have those types of discussions. Next day he's fucking mentoring some kids, maybe around some sports organization or some, nonprofit, it just hands in the community type shit. And then the next day he'll be at the studio rapping and shit. Like, and then up till recently, I'd see you at school and shit.
Yeah.
Amongst all that.
Yeah, that was tough.
Right?
Yeah.
And then not to mention we see him on TV and shit, like on the Netflix shit over the years. And then you've had other television opportunities since then. Like, it's like, Jesus Christ, man.
Wow.
Congrats on all that stuff.
That's how people come to me. That's when I be like, dang, I am doing too much.
It's really trippy, man. And that's coming from Squints, and I'm an asshole. Everybody knows that. So when I sit over here and throw flowers, I just don't have many opportunities to talk to you, but I love you. So it's easy for me to talk to you like this. But, to sum it all up, Google him. We're going to tell him just congrats on all that. I'm super proud of you. But what the fuck are you doing now that we can, like, maybe look at currently? What's happening with Bree right now? What's Bree focused on? What we working towards? What we doing, man? What's Bree doing? What's he cooking? What's going on?
Man, that question is gonna be crazy to answer. But like the main priority is like just I'm really trying to step it up on my like mentor game. Like the thing that I don't post about every Thursday, I go to the juvenile system, and I'm helping kids get out that mind frame, getting them out of the juvenile system. I mentor them. I bring the studio stuff down there, and we record them and let them rap. I bring in other people, radio people in the game that doing it. I bring them to the juvenile system and get to talk to them. I don't even just do music. Like maybe like I got one person in that don't want it to be a pilot. Like I'm looking for a pilot to come talk to them. Like whatever their dreams, I try to go out in the community and go find it and bring it there to them so they can talk to the person.
Beautiful thing. That's amazing. So
that's like one of my favorite things I do. Like every week I do that. You know what I'm saying? That I'm happy about. But like I don't know how far that journey's gonna go, but like that's something that I keep developing through time. Mm-hmm. I know that's outside of music, but that's just who.
But that's what you said first, so that makes it important.
Yeah, that's important.
That's dope. If you say it's important, it's fucking important.
It's important. Of course, being a father, that's dope. So everything I'm doing right now that you seeing is something that I want to see Reese be able to look back at and be like, my dad was doing this, so I need to, tighten up my character, or because his character always gonna be dope, but like I want him to be able to go outside and be like, yo, all right, this is what this is what that is. And even with the juvenile kids, like most of them didn't have the friend that my son gonna be, and that's why they in the juvenile system, and they just need that friend, somebody real that understand both sides to talk to them. And I don't judge nobody in there at all. I just realized they didn't have the right person to talk to them, and I'm happy and thankful that I'm that person that they can talk to and reshape their brain. And I feel like the world is like that. It's just a misunderstood word, and I know I keep saying misunderstood in this interview, but like we all misunderstood.
We'll name this. The title of this episode is Misunderstood, featuring 2LiveBre.
100.
I like that. That's how the titles develop. Like if you ever just tap in, like that. Some of them are funny, some of them are just crazy, loony, stupid, whatever. But that's what this will be called, Misunderstood, featuring 2LiveBre.
Straight up.
But I love that the whole fact that the way you're raising your son with those type of morals, because we spoke off camera a little bit about this and about like your experience growing up and not really having. I don't want to put those conversations out there, so to speak, but at the same time, to build those types of friendships at a young age with the right people for longevity type friendships is really important.
Yeah.
Luckily over my life, I've had that. I probably got this many fingers to tell y'all how many people are super close to me and have been for almost 20 years of my life. Luckily. But I've got some years on you. So
Yeah.
the whole part where you were talking about, figuring out the ones that are supposed to still be in your life or continue to be in your life, that are there for the right reasons now and will always be there for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Weeding those out. Luckily, I've been through that phase and probably still haven't figured it out. I'm not saying that by no means. Just because I got years on you don't mean I've figured the shit out.
100.
But I know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? And it took a lot of growth probably for me to hear how you talk and are approaching these things at your age, your current age, and what you've achieved so far and what's in front of you, Bubba. It's an admirable thing. Like, it's dope. You know what I mean?
That's real.
And a lot of people can't talk like that, Bree. So don't sell yourself short or be scared to talk like that, because it separates you.
That's
To
real.
attack any of this shit head on, and like you told me, you're ready to be Bree.
Yeah.
Be Bree, bro. Like,
Yeah.
to the fullest. Like, don't filter none of that shit, bro, because the way you do it, it hits different. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Yeah. So
That's where I'm
run
at.
with that. But what else though? So other than the juvenile thing and then being a dad, there's two. What else Bree doing? What we doing?
Just being transparent with the artists right now. I'm gonna tell them, like, I'm working on my sync bag. We got our first placement last year on VH1, and I seen how that money looked, and I was like, that is more smarter than, risking my life every night to go out there and got to deal with people, want to fight and want to shoot. I've been shot at. People don't know that. I have been after my show. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't the person that be trying to attract that energy.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't. I mean, me knowing you personally, I would never think of you to be in the crosshairs.
Yeah.
Put it like that.
And
it's
it's been
unfortunate.
multiple times.
But to your point, that's kind of the world we live in, which is
Yeah.
super unfortunate. But to recognize that's another lane to jump in, and a lot of artists don't tap into that.
Yeah, and it's a lot that you're dealing with as a professional artist, and my life ain't worth going through that trauma. So, I'm thankful for getting into the opportunities where I'm in a world where I can make a record and I can get a bag from it that can really pay for probably a year worth of rent. You feel me?
A year's worth of rent. Yeah, just getting just selling a song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
I get it.
That's what we've been doing. We just got a placement on Grownish, TV show on ABC.
Yeah.
Put in work. The single that I recently dropped is finna be on episode 5 of Grownish, so I'm excited about that. We just really get into that world.
That's dope, man.
I'm just thankful about that because it's nothing like it. It's very competitive.
There's nothing like it. It's very competitive, but with the amount of talent that kids possess out here in this world, or whatever, as many artists that there are, put it like that, it's kind of different to look at how many people try to tackle that opportunity, because those opportunities exist.
Yeah.
And when you take a dope ass artist that's fully capable of writing a hit song about any fucking theme or topic and say, hey, there's a new NBA Jam coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a anniversary edition.
Yeah.
It's gonna have fucking who was somebody dope on NBA Jam? Shaq. It's gonna have Shaq on the cover. Okay? EA Sports is gonna do it. It's gonna be fucking amazing. Can you write us a song for it? That song could, like you said, generate more revenue for an independent artist than they do their entire career just because of record.
I'm gonna be so G about it.
Go about it.
I ain't never you got your feature and show money, but I ain't never received money like how I'm receiving it right now.
Right,
like
off of placement.
Yeah.
Right.
And it feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And not saying settle at all, but like this is where you make your money and be able to support yourself as an artist.
One fucking song.
Yeah.
One fucking song. Chad Arms. My buddy Chad Arms has a catalog, Bree, that is 27 albums and over 700 songs. Right?
Yeah.
The next 12 that come out on his next album called Dedicated, that's coming out midsummer, it's finished.
Yeah.
Has the best 12 he's ever recorded, and they're all brand fucking new.
Yeah.
At least 500 of those 750 songs has potential. It's so many different markets, bro.
Yeah.
Blaze 314, another perfect candidate for those types of discussions. They can write theme music that is bananas.
That's lit.
Right? And Blaze has a few placements. I think he's done a couple of video games.
Yeah.
But there used to be an artist in town named Sam Ransom. Shout out Sam Ransom. He had a lot of placements and was real big on that. Like he would record records, and when he'd come out on stage to perform them, we'd do shows every weekend. This is a whole different. This is when you was a baby. He would come out on stage and he'd be like, "Hey guys, this is my new single, and it's going to be featured on Xbox, on NFL Street." That was one he had in real life. Sam Ransom has a song on NFL Street, which it's not the best fucking game ever, but it's a fucking game. Yeah. And I remember him always talking about getting placements, and Blaze tapped into that.
He probably successful right now too.
I remember he moved overseas.
Yeah.
Chasing those types of opportunities. And I still to this day see him on social media. Sam Ransom, if you're ever back in the Ville, pull the fuck up on me. We can do it via Zoom or whatever. I'd love to talk to you nowadays. Sam was always super cool. But he's like, I want to say he tapped into money in like Tokyo and shit, and Japan or something. But he still gets placements to this day.
I just want to make the bread to be able to provide for my family first, but like being able to do more community work in the repairing what the hip hop culture is supposed to be here. Because I feel like I believe, people believe in me, but like they believe in my spirit and what it's for, what it's set here for, and I feel like, I hate to say it like that, bro, but I am the Nipsey Hussle of Nashville. Like that's really the truth. Like
that's a bold little jab there, Bree.
I know I don't talk like that most time, but
talk your shit, Bubba.
I know I am though. And
you're lucky we're calling it misunderstood, because if I named it Nipsey Hussle of Nashville, boy, there'd be some motherfuckers tapping in and be like, hold up.
Nah, they gonna respect that. And
the thing is, I love it.
Dude, I wasn't the one who told me this. It was a lot of people have came to me, but I really look up to Nipsey Hussle. So I really, when I heard that, I need to run with that, because that's really what I'm about.
Hey, man, the ball bounces, dribble that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
I'm with it. So whatever. Hey, that type of self-confidence is sought after. And to hear I about said Lil Bree.
That's cool. Lil Bree. That's me.
Right? But that's what I'm saying. To hear Lil Bree sit across that table on, I got some shit to say, and say those type words, I like that.
Yeah.
That's self-confidence at a different level. Because Bree's always been a very confident individual. When it came to shaking a stage or owning a spotlight for that matter, Bree, he can hold his own.
That's real.
That boy shake it. I'll never forget footage of you, Bree. There's a fun fact. The homecoming you hosted where you were in the checkered outfit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I knew
you shook that motherfucker.
I knew it was going to be crazy.
And you just hosted that, right? Or did you perform? Did you perform?
I hosted it.
If y'all saw that, every fucking hip-hop artist in the nation would try. If that video was current, you should try to do that every year, Bubba. Yeah. Like real talk. I know you're tapped in over there. You need to host events like that for sure. Yeah. But if any major hip-hop artists saw that, when that DJ comes out and, preps for the major artists, were you warming up the stage for somebody?
Yep, everybody. Every single one.
That should happen. You should do that until you're 50.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You shake that shit. Dude.
But I treated it like my own parties.
You do.
You know what I'm saying?
It looked just like that's why I had to ask, was it your performance? But I remember you getting them hype. I remember, off current records at the time, because that was a couple of years back. But I remember that distinctly. I remember just knowing damn boy, that boy is hosting the shit out there. And this ain't no party, y'all. This ain't no club with 300 people.
It's an arena.
This is an arena. And, there's probably 6 to 8, probably 1,000 people in attendance at the time. This is early. Bree's out there just warming the crowd up. You know what I'm saying? And was doing that, Bubba. You had it shook. There was hands up.
That was my favorite moment.
I bet, dude. That had to be a dope moment.
Well, that's my second favorite moment. My favorite moment was when TSU played my song homecoming game on the Titan Stadium field, and that right there, it did something to me. Seeing the band do that, this is what I did. That's all I needed to see. You know what I'm saying? I'm born and raised from here, and that happened. It don't get better than that. You know what I'm saying? That right there showed me my character is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That I influence enough to do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny the way that Nashville music works. Believe it or not, Bree, no disrespect.
Nah, 100.
But there's a percentage of people watching or listening right now that have no fucking clue who you are.
I swear I already know that.
Right?
Yeah.
But if I could, right? And I could tell you in the same, just to level out, just so y'all know there's no disrespect, I could literally name probably at least 5 people that's been on this show that you guys would be mad if you thought Bree didn't know them. Mm-hmm. Right? And I promise you I got 5. No problem. But that's one thing with this show that I don't want to lose sight of, as far as it's not that I'm not trying to give recognition to. There's a lot of people that haven't been to the show yet that will be on this show soon. Okay, because we're at a point now where motherfuckers getting their butt hurt, bro, if they ain't been invited over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been there.
Right, but at the same time, until I'm at a point with this show to where until I tell y'all when we'll open the floodgates and all that. But right now, man, these first 75 episodes have been solely people that you guys need to see, have to see, want to see, eventually will see. Like that's the kind of people we've brought on this show up to this point. And for this particular guest, this is one you've probably seen. If you've not seen, you've probably heard. And if you haven't heard, probably knew of. You know what I mean? Like it's a deep little rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Or even like Netflix. Maybe not even knew you were from Nashville, but saw you on that show. Like there's no fucking telling with you.
Yeah.
There's really not.
That's scary.
But if you ain't tapped the fuck in, please do.
Yeah.
Because this kid literally across from me, man, up to the 75 episodes, I'm glad that it was just a one-on-one because I've known him for a number of years, but the type of vibe that me and Bree have is very genuine, and I love that about the kid. And there's a bunch of people that come through here, and we have to, not a bunch of people, and we have to this or that. I'm not going to say that. That sounds real asshole-ish, but, some vibes are hard to find. And Bree has a fucking aura about this kid that he just puts off this vibe that's really fucking. He's a caring person, He's a fucking sweetheart, dude, and he's at a point in his life where he's recognized the strength of his voice and his character, and that you're embracing that, dude, and putting this message with or without music, dude, because you're more focused on this mental type shit right now that's so important.
Yeah, and
to take everything you've learned from the music or the industry or bad decisions or good decisions or, losing your grandfathers to losing Malik to becoming a father, different management situations, TV deals and now song placements, with aspirations to do this and aspirations to do that. Yeah. I just, to absorb all that and to really just, catch up with you for a minute. I just want people that are listening and watching know how much I valued your time tonight.
That's real.
Not because it's an opportunity just for us to catch up, but because it gives them an opportunity to understand why I value this time.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Squints can get deep. I get deep too.
Yeah.
When I talk like that.
Yeah.
And I try to make sense of it all. And I've done pretty good for the first 75 episodes.
Yeah.
But I want you to know that too, Bree, that like I said, Bubba, I love you. And
too, man.
I know you've always got some shit to say. You may not talk the same as me and use as much profanity.
Yeah.
But your voice that needs to be heard.
Yeah.
Especially on the message you are trying to give right now.
Yeah.
And any way that I could ever help or provide a platform for you, please call me.
That's real, man. We tapped in forever, dog.
Forever.
It's so much stuff that I already see that's coming from what you're doing here. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I appreciate that, man.
This right here is a part of our culture. You create something that's going to forever live. From all 75 of us that done did this radio right now, is you got a part of our story with you. And, it's responsibility that you hold. And we appreciate you for creating another chapter of our story where people can go back and take a breath and be like, boom, I want to go here. Because I ain't going to lie to you, and I ain't trying to get deep and dark or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But, like, when Nip died, I played all his interviews just to listen to him. Yeah. And one thing that I do think now when I do interviews, I want my son to be able to be like, if I'm gone, he go here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think about that all the time. Like, anything like that, like, people, you giving us artists a chance to leave our history somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like through years of time, maybe 2 years, 3 years now, I may not be right here. I may be in a bigger speed of my life. You know what I'm saying? And I come back, it's another story. It's another story. I seen an interview like that with, I think, Kanye and Nip. Like, it was something like this. You was right there, I was right here, but this is our come up right now.
Facts.
2 years later, we in a whole nother speed, and it's like, wow. Yeah. And that's what I see with this, man. But, we gonna keep it in prayer, and we gonna keep it pushing, man.
Yeah. Well, like you said, bro, for life, man. You ever need me, man? I'm one phone call away, and I love the story. Keep writing it. Keep working on that book, please, man.
I got you.
I'm gonna cut you loose. I told Bree he's probably got a lot more cool people to hang out with than me.
No coolness, bro.
But
y'all cool.
I'm so glad I got him. He had 2 strikes. I told him he had 2 strikes, but I was just bullshitting with you, Bubba. But
let me tell y'all,
you don't have to tell. No,
he's the only person ever in history to get a call out from Bree once, and then on another rare twice. Like life just been crazy for me lately. But I'm thankful I had to make it up. I'm like, bro, this Thursday. I'm like, cause
he was on time. All that, bro.
It did something to my pride.
Yeah,
so this is like memorable to me in different ways.
Cool, but you've been comfortable the whole time. Everything been cool,
bro. Yes,
you gonna come back and see us soon?
100%.
Yeah, you have to come
100%.
back when like Lex and Leroy Biggs and Chad Arms.
I would love that because I want to get tapped in with Lex a little more because he don't know Bree. I know he probably got bad representation. I mean, not saying a bad way, a negative way, but like he just probably don't understand, misunderstood, man. So I want to really tap in with him because I know he got a lot of great stuff going on too, and just show him love.
Yeah, that's the homie legend for sure. Yeah, that's the homie, man. He's working. He's got a podcast coming soon. It's called Fireball with Friends.
Oh, that's
yeah, it's dope. He's got a couple episodes. He's working on content. They continuously ask us about it, and but he's a full-time co-host here too. But we switch out the guests. 5'3" from Black Catfish. He's part of this show.
That's lit.
Yeah, Leroy Biggs. Leroy Biggs is young. You know his name? You ever heard that name?
I don't want to say no, but I should say yes.
Yeah. I'll put you on some shit before you lose, but he's our young gunner, man. He's one of the funniest human beings I've ever met. He's a very talented kid. He's 22 years old, and he's a fucking monster. He reps that Creek Squad shit. He's country
That's
boy
crazy
from up north, and of course Chad Arms, and
yeah,
Chad. Like I said, Bubba, I can't wait for you to hear Chad's new album. It's bananas.
Well, invite me to the album listening party, man.
Right, we're gonna do something.
I'm introverted. Don't invite me there. Invite me to something solo first if you want me to meet him.
Right? Personal. Yeah, for sure. We'll get you that personal interaction first, man. Even off camera, if we just fired a grill up or something out back.
Yeah.
But we're working on some big shit coming soon, man. To where eventually, I've said it. I'll say it again right now. Fuck it. We're gonna end up putting together a show, and when this show happens, it's gonna be. You'll know about it.
Let's do it.
Bree got to come through and
I'm doing it.
And walk that stage real quick.
I got you.
Need that to happen.
I feel like you should definitely. Y'all need to get that together.
It's gonna happen.
I seen a vision. I told Yoku this, but I feel like somebody need to get on it. Don't pay me nothing. We need to do a Nashville hip hop museum.
Yeah,
and
cool.
something to tell the history. But we need like somebody like in the radio world and that know the world and know the history to do it.
Just tap in.
Because it's like. Atlanta got the trap museum, all this, but like Nashville can do one too. Like we just got, you got to know the history, and I feel like that would be something beautiful where people can go and be like, man, I didn't know this about this person, and you get to learn it.
Have you been to the African American Museum?
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah,
fucking
it's beautiful.
If you guys have not seen that, it's right across from the Ryman, right underneath 5th and Broad, like right to the side of it. An amazing exhibit, and you would doubt it from the outside, but as soon as you walk through that door, it is unbelievable. People really need to tap into that. But they have a hip hop section though in there that is so fire, dude. It's like, man, it's so cool, dude. Love it. It's super dope. I wish it was more like out on the road. I feel like it's so hidden, dude. It's like a fucking cave.
It is.
But it opens up to like this beautiful fucking building, and I mean it's so cool. Everything's digital, like it's the coolest museum ever that has to do with music.
Yeah,
so dope, man. But they have just one little hallway for hip hop, and it's kind of sad. But
they got some dope stuff in there though.
Super dope. I recommend it to anybody that's just walking down that street.
100%.
Steer down in there because that shit is badass, man.
I agree.
I'm gonna get out your way, bro. 2LiveBre. I fucking love you, Bubba. Please pull back up, man. Meet the squad. Yeah, absolutely, man. You know what it is. Don't leave without me getting a picture. Chad Arms will be mad at me.
Yeah,
I remember, Chaddy. It's ChadArmesTV.com, Squints615. It's I Got Some Shit to Say the podcast. 2LiveBre. Y'all tap the fuck in. We out of here.
Tap in.
Pow.
Bitch, we got views.